Hello, welcome back to Physics Teacher. This is a question from the Pascal contest, which is a grade 9 math contest from Waterloo University. And it asks you to look at these three paths to determine the difference in their lengths. Can you figure out which one's the longest? Give it a try, and I'll be right back with the solution. Alright, so in this question it says path 1 has a length of x, path 2 has a length of y, and path 3 has a length of z. So let's compare these paths. Alright, so let's say on this grid it squares each with units 1. So if we were to count all of these horizontal and vertical components, you would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you can do the same for these other two. So their differences come from these peaks. So let's analyze those peaks. Now in this one, we have two diagonals. And we have two diagonals in z as well. So x and z are actually going to be the same. So that could happen here in C or here in D. Now we need to figure out how y and z compare. Well, since we know x and z are the same, if we were to draw or superimpose this x on top of this y, you can visually see that the path length for x is less than y. But if you wanted to show that mathematically, we can go back to our unit square here. And if you had a diagonal, you can simply use that Pythagorean theorem, where if each side is 1, the hypotenuse is the square root of 2. That's a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And if we have two of these, like this, well, that's a root 2 and a root 2, so a total of 2 root 2. And it would be the same in this case. Now here you have a semicircle. So in a semicircle, where you have a radius of 1, the entire circle would have a circumference of 2 pi r. But since r equals 1, and we're only taking a half circle, we're going to divide this by 2, and we'll substitute r as 1, and we get simply pi. Now pi is approximately 3.14, and root 2, or 2 root 2, is approximately 2.83. Therefore, we know that z is a shorter path than y. So that would be here. The answer is C.